Hi, everybody. Just wanted to say thank you guys for watching and thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your prayers as well. And so, as as promised, I said that I would have another guest, and so I'm sitting here with my guest today, and we will be sharing. And so, I'll say this: how I met him. I met him back in 2016 at, we worked together at Superior Health Plan, and so always pleasant, and so immediately became friends. And so I definitely thank you for coming, sharing, and so I'm going to give him an opportunity to introduce himself.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'll make it simple. My name is Lonte. I'm originally from Mississippi. Currently reside in the North Dallas area. I am a full-time father, full-time worker, part-time podcaster. That's it.
See, there you have it. He's a podcaster as well. And so we'll be sharing a little bit about his podcast toward the end so you guys can go watch. It's great, it's excellent. And so definitely want you to know about that as well. And so today, what we're going to be sharing about is when to give up or let go. And so that could be anything. And so I would say 1 Timothy 4:7 says, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. And we know that's when Paul, was nearing his death, and he was saying, I've done what I'm supposed to do while I'm here on earth. So there are some times in some areas in some, chapters where we have to let go of some things. And so our first talking point is, what are some of the things as adults that we usually have to give up on or simply let go? And I'm gonna let Lante tell us a little bit about that.
I think some of the things as adults, when you grow and you get older, you learn to let go of your old ways. Because sometimes when you're set in the ways that you used to be, that hinders you from getting to where you need to go.
Oh my.
So when you are still displaced and you need to go here, you can't go there because your mind can't fathom what's up here because you're still right here.
Wow.
So that's one of the things that I think that we need to let go of. You got to let go of some of your ways. For me, it's ego, because sometimes we're so focused on what people see in us, right, or see within us, that we forget that we can't see it. Sometimes when you can't see it, that means that you can't be it because you don't see it already.
Look out now. See, I just need to stop talking, because my goodness, that was awesome. And that's so true, because we need to.
Absolutely.
Like, how can you grow if you don't let go of these ways?
Absolutely.
Because you're never going to go where God has, ultimately, as I call it, to the land of milk and honey.
Absolutely.
If you're there and he's trying to take you here, you have to let go. True. That's a part of life.
True.
And
True.
So, what are some other things that we need to let go?
Relationships.
Relationships
that doesn't serve you purpose. That doesn't serve your purpose. Because I think sometimes, like, even for me, like, I don't like to hurt people's feelings, right? Even if I know that that's not the best thing for me. So if I'm in a place where I know I gotta let this person go, or I know I can't get to where I need to be if I still have this person, so I just pray about it. But even in that, it's still tough. Somebody's gonna get hurt, even yourself, because relationships, not just romantic, but just letting go of a friendship hurts.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you're not in the right relationship, you're not in alignment with God.
You better say it.
So if you're not in alignment with God, and that relationship is not in alignment with God, it's not going to work.
It's never going to work.
And when I say relationship, I don't just mean romantic relationships, even just platonic friendships. Even the people that you associate with sometimes can hinder you from going where you need to go.
There are some relationships, there are some friendships, there are some associates
Absolutely.
that you have to let go.
Right.
Yes, it's so difficult to let go of. We'll start with a romantic relationship. Right. You love this person, you're in love with them, right, they're in love with you, but you know that this relationship serves me no purpose.
Right.
Like, we're not growing, we're not on the same page, and God has already revealed to me to let you go.
Right.
But I'm holding on because I don't want to hurt you. I'm gonna have to deal with the hurt. You're gonna have to deal with the hurt. So you hang on for dear life.
Right.
Because instead of just sitting down, having that conversation, saying, "Hey, we're at the end here," and it is a tough conversation, because we're not sitting here saying that it's not a tough conversation to have. It's very hard to sit with somebody and say, we have to leave, we have to walk away from this relationship because it's not healthy. It's hindering us from our blessings.
Right.
And so with friendship, as I said, I've had to let go of some friendships. I cried because I'm a crybaby. I cried. That's all I do. I cried. I cried, right? And so, having these women friends, and so you love them, you respect them, and you have to walk away. It's tough. So anything that on the relational side, friendship, associate, is very hard. But there comes a time in life where you have to choose yourself and you have to be obedient to the Lord. And if you are in a relationship, friendship, platonic friendship, the romantic relationship, associateship, and it's simply not serving you any purpose, what's the point?
It's also comfort too.
Yeah.
We are comfortable people. We like to be comfortable, and sometimes it's in that moment of when you're not comfortable. That's the best place to be, because you for one, you have to trust God, because you don't know where you're going.
You don't know where you're going.
You don't know what direction you're gonna go, so you have to trust God in those moments. I think that's why God puts us in those situations, because when you're comfortable, you know what to expect.
Right.
When you're not inside of your comfort zone, you don't know where you're going. You don't know what to expect. So who do you lean on? You can't lean on yourself.
Right.
You can't lean on yourself because you don't know. You don't know where to go. You don't know what to do.
You don't, and that's where faith kicks in.
Absolutely.
I mean, and so, wow, that was so well said, because your comfort zone, that's where dreams go to die. It's just not a good place to be. I've gotten comfortable, I've been there, in the past, where I kind of just got comfortable in certain jobs.
Right.
That's another thing.
Absolutely.
You have to know when to leave a said job, and so I would say on my last job, I felt like, like I wasn't learning, I wasn't growing, and I started praying. I said, Lord, it's time for me to move on, because God agitates me. He agitates me, and he frustrates me when it's time for me to let go of a job, relationship, when it's time for me to get out of a certain space. Meaning like my last church, I left that church because I wasn't growing anymore. And these are tough choices.
Right.
And so, but you want all that God has for you, and you also want to grow and evolve.
Right.
And so you have to find a way to just let it go, and it's not easy at all. When the heart is attached, right?
Man, listen. So do you mind if I ask a question?
Not at all.
Okay, so you said God agitates you. Can you kind of explain that? Because for me, like, he doesn't agitate me, but I hear, and most people don't. So I hear, and then when I hear it, I'm like, okay, God, I know that was you, so how do I do it? And sometimes God only gives you, it's a word or a sentence, and he don't give you nothing else behind it. So can you, like, describe your agitation?
I can. And so usually I would say on the romantic side, when he say, because he'll always ping my spirit,
right.
It's time for you to get out of this, let this go, because this is not him. And so if I continue to try to carry on the relationship, the person, the agitation becomes nothing is working. Everything we try to do, is just, it breaks down. It's not, we can't get on an even scale. I'm irritated, then it turns into resentment, then anger. And so when he's saying, leave this, I told you to leave, so you won't leave, I'm gonna make you leave. Or he'll do it in a way where the person is not treating you properly. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, if I know that when you show me you don't want me, like, I'm out. That's all I need to see. Like, if I see that you truly don't want me, because I'm not an option.
Right.
Absolutely. There are appetizers and entrees, right? That's, so.
I got you.
And so he'll agitate my spirit, agitate me with the person. And I was reading something one day where they were saying that, for the people that won't let go of these relationships, God would allow them to mistreat you to the point where you would run. You would run. You would run from that person. I promise you. When people, treat you so horribly, and God told you to leave, he's not going to have to tell you to leave.
You're going to leave on your own.
You're going to chunk them deuces. Because they're gonna be inflicting pain on your heart, and you already know he said, let this go. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
That's a good explanation. Thank you. Because I never heard anybody put it like that.
Yeah. He definitely agitates my spirit quite a bit. And so our next talking point would be, how do we determine when it's time to give up? And just like we were just saying, God agitates my spirit. With certain jobs, I might just feel like I'm being stagnant, right?
Right.
Just comfortable.
Comfortably, just in this place.
Yeah, not really happy at the job.
At all.
But we know we gotta work, we gotta
Right,
bills, right?
right.
So, what are you doing that,
Well, and when I get to a place where I feel like I want to give up, I feel like I don't have hope in that thing. For me, hope is big for me, because every time when you're hopeful, that means that you have a positive outlook on it.
right,
When you're hopeful, that means that I have dreams attached to whatever it is, or I have plans for whatever I'm attached to. When there's hope for me, anyway. So if I'm hopeful about something, that means I'm looking forward to building or continuing to build on this. And when I lose hope in it, then I'm out.
right,
Because when I don't have anything attached to it, there's nothing that's keeping me from that attached from them. Because once I detach, I'm out.
right.
It's over for me. Once I detach myself from anything, family, friends, love, no matter what it is, if I'm detached from it, I'm gone. Because I've made up my mind that I'm out.
Absolutely.
But for me, when I know that I'm done in whatever it is, I don't have any hope in it.
Yeah, that is, wow. That is, I'm at a loss, and she's a talker. That is awesome, because when hope is lost, there is nothing that will keep you there.
Right.
Job, relationship, these dysfunctional family members. And so when you truly detach yourself here first,
Right.
and the heart still it tends to have feelings for these people and these things, and
Right.
so once this match up with here, you
over.
out.
That's over.
It's over.
That's one of the hardest things, though, to match your mind with your heart.
Yeah.
That's one of the hardest things to do. I struggle so bad with it.
We all do.
Really?
Yeah, because the heart wants what it wants, right? Hey,
True. Yeah.
God said, get rid of him. No, Jesus, I want him. No, he's 6 foot.
Like, listen, man, she fine. Lord.
Yeah, Lord, why?
She do this for me. She do that for me. Lord, she can cook, Lord.
Oh,
and it's
man.
just like you get to that point to where those things really don't matter.
Right.
It's how I feel
Right.
when you're not around me.
Yeah.
That's
How
how
do you make me feel?
Exactly.
When you're there, how do I feel when you exit my place?
Absolutely.
Peace. There you go. There you have it. You see? I tell you, y'all gonna have to listen to his podcast. He's awesome.
Try my best. Thank you.
You're just great, man. And so the next thing we're gonna talk about, why do we hang on to this stuff so long? Like, why is it that when God says let go, why do we continue to fight and argue and try to keep these people? Why can't we just accept what it is? When somebody's not treating you right, being mean to you, and you're not happy at this job, why don't we just go find another job? And why do we sit there just for such a long period?
For one, comfort. We're comfortable where we are, whether that's a job, relationship, love. Once you're in a place of comfort, you don't want to move because you know what to expect every day. 2, it's because you don't know who you are at that point. When you get to a place when you don't know who you are or what you want, how can you say I want this if I don't know what I want yet? Like my uncle, man, God rest his soul. He told me one time. He said, I was like, man, I want a good woman. I know I'm a good guy. Whatever, right? So this was a while back. He said, well, what is good?
Ooh, what?
He said, what is good? And I didn't get it. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't get it because that was like 10 years ago, so I didn't get it. And after he died, I thought about it, and I said, good is the perception of what you see. People say, I want a good man, I want a good woman, but what constitutes good for you? When you get to a place where you know who and what you are, then that's when you can say, okay, well, this isn't good for me. This isn't the right place for me. This love doesn't fit the type of love that I want. This job isn't getting me to where I need to be.
My God.
So
I don't know what to say.
I'm quite sure you got something in there that you.
Yeah, I just oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what is good, because what I consider what's good for Catrice obviously might not be good for you.
Right.
So you have to sit with that and you have to determine what is good. What is a good man?
Right.
What am I seeking in this good man? What do I want? What are these qualities that I want him to possess?
Right.
My God,
Figure out what good is.
You got to figure it out.
You got to figure out what good is.
And you have to know what you want. You have to be whole.
Right.
So many people are looking for people to save them. Be whole. Because when you meet somebody, the thing is you compliment them, they compliment you. It should never be a broken, damaged person trying to get with a whole, healthy person.
True. True.
And because it's not gonna work, because
but it's like that because most times when we're broken or we're not healed yet, we're looking to compensate for what we don't have. So if you're not happy when you get with somebody and they're always happy, what are you doing? You're constituting for your unhappiness for their happiness.
Jeez.
So you're trying to feed off of something that you don't have.
My God.
So that's for me. That's how I see it. You're just trying to, when you're not whole, you're not happy. You're looking for someone to compensate for the things that you lack.
Absolutely. And you are. Absolutely. Because you're looking at a person to make you happy. Mm-hmm. You should be happy before you get in any romantic relationship, in any marriage, because that person is not going to make you happy. You have to be happy and whole before you start any relationship if you want it to last.
True.
It's just, it's not going to work.
No other way.
Ooh. I tell you, he's awesome. And so what are some of the things that you had to give up on? I mean, we know we had to give up on some relationships. Like, that's a given, right?
Absolutely. For one, relationships, because the direction that I was going, where I wanted to go, this person couldn't take me there, right? So this person couldn't get me to that place. Not that they are physically getting me there, but you have to. For me, I look at it like this: if my woman doesn't bring something to me that I don't have, why do I need her there? If she don't give me something that I don't already possess, because I feel like God puts people together because this person has this and this person has this. What this person lacks, this person has.
Absolutely.
But if we're the same, how can we get to where we need to go if we're the same?
Can't.
Or if you don't bring anything to me that I need to see. Because most times, well, I've never been married, but I would assume that if in a marriage, one person is always stronger in an area than the other person is, right?
Right.
But if we're going into this and we're just boyfriend and girlfriend and I don't see your strengths as opposite of my weaknesses, it doesn't work for me. Like, that doesn't work for me.
It doesn't work for me, Lonte. I mean, if you don't have anything to bring to the relationship, because the ideal is to complement each other, right? You're gonna have one person always, as a divorcee. One partner is gonna be very strong with handling the money. One partner might be very strong and might cook. You have sometimes both people can cook. Just different little things where the strength might come. Where I'm strong. I'm where you weak, I am strong. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where you can come together and build this team, this partnership. Because remember, I look at marriage as a partnership, and so you should complement each other.
Absolutely.
And y'all shouldn't be the same, because you're gonna butt heads all the time.
Another thing that I had to give up was dreams. The reason why I say that is sometimes when God gives you a dream, what I'm learning now is that dream doesn't mean that it's going to happen tomorrow. And sometimes when we open mail that's not supposed to be delivered until next year or 2 years from now, we open that mail early, then we try to start working on it, then God like, nope, you might as well trash it because you messed it up. So I'm learning now that sometimes dreams are not for right now. Sometimes dreams are just that until God tells you to go forth on it.
That's right. Oh my goodness. So
I messed up a few of them. I messed up a few of them because I opened it early. I started on it early. Sometimes, one of my close friends, we were talking about dreams and visions, right? And so God put something in my spirit. He said dreams. He said I give visions in parts. It took me a couple of days to download what he was meaning, but what he mean is I give visions in parts. That means that every part that I give you, you got to seek me for the next part.
That's right.
So for me, I didn't do that. So I was just going because I saw the first vision and I was trying to complete it myself.
Right.